Let's go with Goku here. We got Avi Panchal. Says, I have done a degree of game design and development. I have to work for a gaming company, but I don't get such opportunities. Can you review my portfolio and tell me what we have? Okay, so what we have right here is we are missing more complex elements. Again, it's a very common one. It's probably the most common feedback that I give to portfolio reviews, my friends, where you are showing me things that anyone who has finished a course or not a course, like a degree or like some sort of studies will have. So for instance, this one right here, this one I actually think it's quite nice. It's very, very like a very interesting character, but the rendering it's very ugly, right? Like we don't have any surface scattering going on here on the cardinals. It's got personality though. Like that would be a very fun character to have. UBs are fine. They could be optimized a little bit more, but you only have 2 of them, so that's fine. It's mainly the rendering and the materials that we need to improve on that one. We have this M72 bike again. Renders, guys, renders. This is not a good render. Why is this not a good render? You guys tell me. It looks fake. Exactly. The light. It's too clean. Well, I don't mind it being too clean. Like we get very clean renders when people are showing cars, right, to sell. It's too dark. There's a lot of contrast. What we're probably missing here, my friend, is we don't have an HDRI. You're just using the basic lights that we have from the scene, and that's why it's way too dark. Like there's nothing, no information bouncing around the whole scene. Also, if this scene is supposed to be about the bike, we don't need to see all of the other elements here on the room that are looking a little bit incomplete. So it's better if you focus on having a clean render. Again, sorry to be like showing this too much, but here's the portfolio presentation workshop. A clean render is all you need for this kind of facets, and it's going to give you way more points than if you try to make something way too complicated. So don't overdo it. And I know it's a tricky balance, especially when we're learning. It's a tricky balance to know, oh, you just said with the kettle that we need to do a small scene and make it more complex. Yes, for those kind of assets. But if you already have a complex asset, then you don't need to add anything else, and you just need to present it in a very clean way. So it really depends on that sort of like a balance, okay? Careful with this ones right here. I think this is from a tutorial, because I've seen a lot of this, like this axe, I've seen it I don't know how many times. And unfortunately, not every time does it look like super good. Like even here, some optimization issues. I'll probably just take this one out. And then this one looks pretty cool. It looks very promising. I really like what you're going for right here, but it's incomplete. I know it's a work in progress. But here's the thing. You don't even say it's this white box render focuses on the structure, silhouette, and modular design elements. Okay, I understand that, but I would still go for the full texturing process, man. Like there's it just looks incomplete, right? Even if what you want to sell is the design of the element, it looks incomplete. I might need to do a video about this, because it is an important skill, this one that you're showing, like how to properly create a composition for an element. But you guys have seen this, like. So if you want to show that you know how to plan, create a nice composition, generate something interesting, what you will need to do is you will need to do a bunch of variations. You will need to do something like this, like 10 or 9 different variations, just grabbing the same blocks that you have right here, Avi, and show me how all of these modules, how all of these sections could look in 10 different ways. Like that would be a way to really showcase that even though this is not finished in terms of texturing and rendering and everything, that you are going for a more sort of like visual compositional like approach. It's a different skill though. It's a different skill. In your case, since you're focusing on like 3D stuff, I would just recommend that you texture this instead. So yeah, Abi, that would be my advice, man. Clean up some of your renders. Make sure you focus on presentation and making sure that you're showing all of your skills, and decide what you want to do. Do you want to do props, or do you want to do more like environments? I don't really see characters right now. The only character that I see is that one. I would keep it because it's funny. it's a fun character, to be honest. But I would focus on learning more about the props and the environments.